Welcome back to Super Mario
And
Land.
we start underground.
Yes, we are.
And look at that awesome mustache.
That awesome 8-bit mustache.
4-bit,
It's so
I think.
tiny.
Wasn't the Game Boy just
The funny
a
thing
handheld?
is my
well,
aunt
it's
got me a
it's 8-bit. It's just not in color.
The funny thing is my aunt got me some mustache-themed goodies for my birthday.
Nice. So, Darkstar, how much do you value the power of a stash?
It was given to me by the gods, so I must cherish it.
Wonderful.
So, basically, the idea is you have to get around these stupid spiders. The problem is that the enemy placement in this level can be kind of crap.
Really?
Yes.
I never really had trouble with the enemy placement. I mean, maybe the hitbox or the
yeah,
hit
of course,
detection.
Johnny. You never have a problem with anything. So
I kind of have issues with this one.
You say I never have a problem with anything. Do you remember Mighty Number 9?
Are there exclusive Koopa shells?
Your Mighty Number 9's crap. This.
yeah,
Exactly. I mean,
So,
well,
so Joe has issues with crap games. News at 8.
let me put it like this. I know crap level design what it is. Granted, sometimes I may be a bit easy on it at times, but I will definitely let it be known when a game is definitely unfair, whether or not I can handle it. I mean, it's like I said, just...
Meanwhile, Mario
got an extra stash.
He got tackled by a spider.
It's like, just because I can handle Eggman Land easily doesn't mean that I think that it's always that fair. I will recognize that it has a lot of moments that are, well, needless to say, rather trying on a player's patience and not quite that fairly. And don't even get me started on my rants of the first Legend of Zelda game.
So,
What about the Legend of Groose?
That's a Legend of Groose game.
I've
I
never
was
heard.
making a
Is
joke.
that a fan hack
Skyward
of Skyward Sword?
no,
Wait,
I'm
what?
I was
serious.
making
Wait,
a
you-
joking reference-
What did you get
I was
hit by
making a-
there?
I was making a joking reference
got
to
hit
the
by
ending
a
of
bullet
Skyward
bill.
Sword, where Groose says,
It was
it should be
nowhere
the
near
Legend
you.
of Groose. Just a little joke.
Dwebs, allow me to introduce you to the concept of bad collision detection. Basically, what it boils down to is bad programming means that even when the sprite doesn't touch another sprite, it still counts as a contact.
Yeah, that's a thing about Mario Land, especially with it being like, a very, very early platformer on a handheld, which at the time was really tough to pull off. You're gonna have stuff like bad hit detection.
You give a break to the programmers. It was hard already to program stuff for a console
Dio.
primitive.
Mm-hmm.
So, Theo, what I was trying to say earlier is that I was trying to make a reference to the ending of Skyward Sword, where Bruce says, it should be the Legend of Bruce. Just a little joke.
So what is it with people calling Theo Theo?
What? Who
What?
called him Theo?
Darkstar did.
What?
That's
No,
Theo.
he just said
I
Theo.
remember
I said
glimpse
Theo.
of the X-ray.
See, and look at that. Look at that. I bounced on the
Okay,
spider,
now that
and,
is bad.
and because of that, I hit the bullet bill, basically.
Yeah.
And I didn't. And I
That's
was.
one
And I
thing
wasn't
that-
even jumping. It was the spider who somehow touched my feet, and because of that,
It was the
bounce-
bounce that
It was,
It was the bounce. It was the bounce that happens every time you jump off of an enemy, and yeah, that is
That
unfair.
was
Stuff like
something
that.
programmers loved to do back in the NES era. Look nowhere further than Castlevania.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can't believe Castlevania of all things. You bounce off of an enemy with your feet.
Yes, and you're instantly grabbed by the closest bottomless pit. Because reason, and fuck you.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Hey, we're underground, yet we're in the sky.
Well, now he's underground.
That was
We've
my.
got the ancient Egyptian
problem is
Easter
that-
Island.
My problem with is that I don't think the controls in this game have aged really well because they feel rather twitchy.
Stiff.
And, not
I
stiff
think
actually. The opposite actually. Like I think the controls are a bit too loose. I mean,
Slippery.
yeah, like it's they're not as tight as Super Mario Brothers.
Really? I
I
always
wasn't-
found it...
Well, it was directed by not Shigeru
Yamamoto.
Yeah.
Well,
and I have-
honestly, the director doesn't impact that much. It's the programmers who actually make a difference.
Odd. I often found the controls in this more stiff as opposed to loose. Like, well, you notice how stiffly Mario jumps And yeah, why are you jumping so early there? But yeah, I mean, anywho, but
It's
yeah.
nowhere near as stiff as Ghosts and Goblins, trust me.
Oh, no.
I've never played
Nowhere
that
near
game.
as
A
close
game,
as
a
that.
platformer where you literally cannot change direction while jumping. What the fuck was Capcom thinking?
Yeah.
They would remember to you, it was an arcade game deliberately designed to be BS hard, and they just decided, hey, let's port something like that and pass it off as a console game. What could possibly go wrong?
Well, to be
Problem is,
fair,
people actually liked that so much it became a staple in the other titles.
Yep.
Coins!
Well, to be fair, Sega did that a lot when the Mega Drive first came out, or Genesis for you Americans. Games like Altered Beast and other. The problem is that Sega was much better at arcade games than
Ladies and gentlemen, the precursor to New Super Mario Bros. 2.
Anywho, when I say the controls feel stiff, I mean, like, well, you know, like, how Mario doesn't quite feel as fluid when moving through air as opposed to his previous generations, and how stuff like the Fire Flower does sort of it does sort of operate a bit like Castlevania with the whip, where you can't really change that much direction while firing it. That's where I get the sense of it being more stiff as opposed to loose from. Where do you get the sense of it being loose from?
This playthrough, actually.
No, I meant like, while controlling Mario, because
because every time I try, because all it takes is one press of the directional pad for Mario to go a bit. Like, there's no momentum. It just doesn't feel as right as Super Mario
So
Brothers.
it's kind of like Bubsy.
Yeah. There's
so that's what you mean. Okay.
The momentum is off. Like, I'm so used to Super Mario Brothers that these controls and physics throw me off.
Okay. That I can see you're coming from. Yeah,
especially since I've been playing Mario Maker so much lately.
Oh yeah,
Mario
the physics
Maker
in this game are quite off.
Doesn't
Yeah.
Mario Maker have, like, different control styles depending on what skin game you play?
Not really. I mean,
Yeah.
the only
Thing that changes is a special move that Mario can pull in.
It's funny,
Hyper
because
Super
I watched
Mario.
the physics do change slightly to reflect the game you're playing in, but the games already have pretty similar control schemes and physics anyway, so it doesn't really matter much. I mean, whenever I'm going into a New Super Mario Brothers level, my mind immediately goes into New Super Mario Brothers mode, so I never really have a problem with that, because whereas with this one, maybe it's just the fact that that Mario's sprite is just a low res version of the 8-bit sprite for Super Mario Brothers, but I just don't feel that. I just feel that the Super Mario Brothers physics and controls would have made this game a lot better.
As for Mario Maker, here's how it works, Dribs. It's like, each of the different styles do have their own physics that are basically tailored towards the original. However, they're a bit mitigated from the exact games they were from. Granted, pretty much, if you're used to the control scheme of any of the particular games, then yeah, they pretty
By the
much
way, I hate this
do their
boss.
best to match up with their things.
Yeah, fuck this boss.
I hate this boss
really?
because
This one.
unless you have even if you have fireballs, it's still really fucking hard to actually hit him. So I'll just make sure you get here as a big Mario and just get yourself on purpose, because that boss is what pattern am I even supposed to use to get around him and shit? Yeah.
You're supposed to use the things he froze, and I guess then use that to
problem
get
but there's no pattern.
The problem he throws them on a 2-off sequence.
Yeah. And
True.
nowadays he's
Hold
a
on.
spider.
Oh, Daisy!
Daisy.
I have to tell you something, Mario. I'm a Black Widow.
This summer, Princess Daisy is a spider!
Rated PG-13.
Alright, 18.
Acro.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I hate this world.
Let me guess,
I
because
like the theme.
let me guess, because the music is stereotypical.
No, the fucking Chinese zombie enemy.
Oh, I hate that enemy too.
Like,
So yeah,
like
we go
the
from
heads from Castlevania, but on the ground.
Those?
What?
Do you mean those?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one
I
Mario.
think they're called jang-shi or something. They're a special kind of Japanese zombie.
Get it? 'Cause we're-
Japanese zombie.
Is this based on Japan or China?
China.
China.
Yeah, China.
And stuff like that.
Weird how we go from mainly Egyptian settings. Well, okay. Technically, we went to Egypt first, then we went to the Eastern Islands with the Eastern Island heads, and now we're in a more Chinese setting.
Of course.
Coolio.
All of these.
Sarasland is quite an interesting.
Of course.
So I guess Sarasland is pretty much sort of the Africa/Asia to the Mushroom Kingdom's America.
That goes to show that Nintendo can be racist on any kind of level.
So yeah, that's racist.
Ding.
Ding.
Anyway, I
Or
think
me?
I'm a bit ahead of you guys. Where are you?
10, 32, 33.
Yeah,
34.
I am definitely ahead of you. I'm paused and 10:45.
Okay then.
Okay, and 3, 2, 1, click.
Thanks.
All right.
I
so-
love this soundtrack. Well, I mean, this particular
Yeah,
track. I like
honestly, Pedro, I don't have a real problem with the soundtrack with the music of this
Yeah,
level.
the soundtrack is fine. I'll still give credit to the soundtrack of this one over a little bit over the one in Super Mario Land 2, because my only problem with the Super Mario Land 2 soundtrack, it's literally one theme repeated ad nauseum throughout the entire game. I'm not even kidding. But pay a little more attention to the themes of every level and world. They're all the exact same tune, just remixed a bit. I'm not even kidding.
Well, the space themes.
It gets a
The
bit
space
tiring
theme's
after.
different. Well, the space theme's different.
Okay, fine. Aside from the
I
space theme.
I think Pedro means like, well, he doesn't really prefer soundtracks that do that sort of thing.
I mean, it just comes across as lazy to me. Come on, can't you compose one or two more themes?
Well, considering the age and era that video game was
No,
made
I'm gonna
in...
call bullshit on that. Even Super Mario Brothers, even Super Mario Brothers had,
1991.
Super Mario Brothers had more themes than that. Come on.
That 3, the normal one, the
4
underground,
actually.
and Bowser's Castle. Oh yeah, the invisibility thing.
And
Wasn't Mario Land 2 also a handheld?
actually more the ending theme, because the ending had its own track. So
Yeah, right.
I mean, come on.
I guess to be
If
fair,
Super
when it
Mario
comes
Brothers
to me,
only- if a game came out in 1985 for the NES can have, and don't tell me it's because of the Game Boy, because plenty of other Game Boy games have more diverse soundtracks. So it's
Pokemon.
yeah, there you go.
True. I guess with me, I don't really mind so much because I find the tracks technically different sounding enough. And I kind of do like the soundtracks that do, constantly make themes out of one theme. And well, okay. Granted, nowadays
I'm
that
back.
definitely will not fly
No, we're not
at
gonna
all.
make it. Let's speed up.
Yep.
Yeah,
But
Dark
for the
Stars,
time,
since
I
you
mean, I
played
guess I like
it. Do you remember approximately how many different musical themes are in Metroid 2?
I do not remember.
Oh, don't worry. Alright, I forgot the time limit thing. Oh, fucking zombies.
Yes.
The jang-shi,
Thank God for the fire flower. Ish.
Chinese zombies. I mean, Chinese vampires, basically.
Yeah, it's never clear what exactly are supposed to be.
You just about made it there.
Oh, well, still better than dying repeatedly like I unfortunately did.
Actually, Teo, I did die a few times over the course of this game because I'm very rusty when it comes to this game. It's just that I did edit things out, so. In fact, I'm pretty sure you'll notice if you go back and watch the videos carefully. I think
The live count.
Serious.
I think-
Isn't this the song that plays in a lot of Chinese restaurants?
oh well.
Hello, Mongolians. There we go.
Hello, you
Also-
black-shelled buzz.
Also, yeah,
apparently...
there's a carnivore plant that spits things, even though it's not a piranha plant.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
Whatever.
Really?
Yeah, actually, I probably already said this, but I'm actually surprised that none of the enemies from Super Mario Land series actually stuck within the Mario, the rest of the Mario canon.
The only, I think the only thing to come back from this was
Wario.
Daisy.
And Wario.
Yeah, and Daisy, yeah.
Who doesn't love Wario?
Those who really, really hate characters that are just evil clones of good ones or something.
Yeah, honestly, Wario doesn't.
Yeah,
Wario's not
Wario.
that bad.
He
to me.
started.
I mean,
He started out as one, but starting with Mario Land 2, the Nintendo did a great job in giving
more of a
them
hentai hero.
his own personality. Like,
Yeah.
he's a completely different character. I mean,
Yeah.
now
He's
saying
just
that
really as
Waluigi is a more electable for that because he's basically just Wario but thin, basically.
Yeah. With Dick Dastardly.
wonder-
Don't get me wrong. I love
Mario related to
Waluigi.
Boris
Like,
batting off?
have you guys ever played the GameCube's either Mario Golf or Mario Tennis games?
Yeah.
Because those games have CG intros that are fully done without dialogue that basically create these awesome comedic little storylines that's kind of like an animated short, and they're hilarious, and Wario and Waluigi are hilarious in those. I mean, the games themselves, I mean, Mario Golf Toadstool Tour...
I agree.
Mario Golf Toadstool Tour is actually a pretty damn good game for the GameCube.
The only
And they
GameCube,
managed to make golf interesting.
The only GameCube game I have.
The best golf game, if you ask me, is Tiger Woods PGA Tour 11.
Oh, I know
on
about
the
that.
Wii.
Oh, I know.
I'm more partial
What?
to everybody's golf myself.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I know that. Oh, I know that. I know that. I'm just saying.
Boris batting off.
Anywho,
only-
Pedro, what I was saying is like, well, basically, I'm just giving kudos to Mario Golf for pulling off the whole making golf interesting thing.
The only GameCube game I have is Metroid Prime, and even then I haven't touched it yet.
Oh well.
Oh shit.
Oh, Bob.
Ugh.
You were right there.
Yeah.
That's okay. Thanks to the enemy spawning shit thing at the checkpoint, I can just go through.
Yeah.
Still, this level placement is still bullshit. Like,
It reminds me of the good old days of Super Mario Brothers 2: The Lost Levels.
That's why
Oh
they
wait,
call
no,
this
those weren't good old days.
That's why they call this trope Nintendo hard.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
Dreams, have you ever
Mario
seen that
Brothers The Lost
Australian
Levels for a
Nintendo
while.
commercial that literally assault the players and said, "Try to beat us"?
I haven't.
You should, definitely.
So I wonder what the British one was like.
And now...
Okay, so
bonus
one
game.
last level, I think.
Yes.
Yes, one more.
Let's see what we get.
3 lives.
Okay, 3 lives.
What about 3
That's one
mustaches?
Oh, and we're on the plane.
And now,
It's a plane
oh
level.
yeah. Oh yeah. I think that this plane also did sort of survive
this
outside
level.
this game. It gets referenced a lot, I believe. I think it's the sky.
Yeah, it shows up again in Mario Land 3. Right at the ending. But that's all I remember, actually, so...
But yes, Mario in a plane.
Okay, I
With
guess
a
he's
mustache.
able. I guess for a plumber, he's able to do stuff like that. And you lost the mushroom. Great.
Well, don't forget, this is a plumber who gulps, the player who plays tennis, who plays soccer, who plays... He does whatever.
Oh shit. Apparently, parrots are
And
powerful
also the
enough
plumber
to
who
make you cry.
dies from being hit by birds.
Yeah. It's definitely better than the Super Mario Land 2's invisibility theme, because that theme sucks. Yeah, it's...
Yeah, I don't really like that one either.
I mean, talk about... I mean, there's lazy songwriting, and then there's not giving a shit songwriting, and that's not giving a shit songwriting.
Wow.
I mean, I give a lot of crap to Sonic 3 standalones' invincibility thing, but yeah,
It's at least better than that.
yeah.
I liked
I
that as
wonder
a
if-
kid.
I wonder if that's an unpopular opinion, actually, not liking that invincibility theme.
Well, there's, like I said, get Sonic 3 complete and edit because edit in the option where you can have every time you go super, it actually speeds up the level theme instead of just the invisibility music.
Or I can just have the Sonic and Knuckles one.
True.
Oh yeah, I like
Hands,
that one better.
of course.
It's interesting that you say that to us because Sonic 3 Complete gives you the option to just play Sonic 3 alone, but with the settings that they put forth, so you can actually play Sonic 3 by itself with a different invisibility theme. So that's pretty cool. That's definitely
Okay.
Sonic
A
3
cloud
Complete.
that
unless
Sounds like a goat.
unless Sega actually stops being dipshits and actually allow texture and stuff.
Pedro, I think the problem with that's them not necessarily them being dipshits, more like them being tied by some bullshit.
Final boss
gold
time.
stuff.
And very
Dwebs,
Tatanga.
they could solve those things very well by just paying for the rights.
Well, it's not as easy as it sounds.
Yes, it is.
We're not businessmen. For all we know, it could take like stuff.
Whatever. The point is,
stuff that should take 3 days and could end up taking like a year or the other way around.
whatever. The point is, Sonic Free Complete is pretty much the definitive way to play Sonic Free, Sonic and Knuckles, and Sonic Free and Knuckles, because it's basically perfected and bug fixed. And oh,
So-
go ahead, Teo.
Oh, Daisy! Daisy!
Thank you, Mario.
Oh, little heart.
Will you see me again?
Actually, yes, in spin-offs. Your
Your
quest is
quest
over.
is over. Where are we going?
Southern Rocket Ship.
Yes.
Where'd you get this from?
And there we
Credits.
go. We defeated
It's
Tatanga.
like you just went through. It's like all of that was just to live through a cartoon short.
Producer, Gunpei Yokai.
So I guess final thoughts.
Yes.
Director S. Akada.
It's okay,
Yeah.
but age isn't being that kind to it, too.
Despite the frustration factor, fucking zombies, I still kind of liked it, especially as a portable game. Because, even though I actually haven't grown up with a Game Boy, I started with a Game Boy Advance, I actually tried Game Boys and Game Boy Color with this game at friend's house, and it was a very fun experience to do. So, kudos to that for Nintendo to manage to pull a fun game to play by alone or with your friends, and still trying to be like the original Mario. But
By the way,
at
I have a
same time,
problem
pulling
with
something
anyone
original.
whose name consists of only Taki. That's it? Just Taki?
Thanks to Taki, the mascot, the dog mascot.
Okay.
What about Isui and Nagata?
Yeah, go ahead, Dibs.
Yeah, I've beaten this game. It's alright. It's good. Yeah, but really, the only thing I can really say I really like is the music, but everything else, it's just okay. For the end.
Alright, go ahead,
Okay.
Jova.
Yeah, I really like this game. I mean, granted, I didn't really play it in my childhood, but when I did play it, it's, I'll admit, for the time it came out, I really like it. I will admit, as of today, it has aged quite a bit in some areas. However, as far as Mario and handhelds go, I'd say it's still solid enough. I mean, to have definitely set a standard.
So yeah,
And,
basically
I
everybody...
like it still. I like the
I can actually
music.
press
Hold on, Pedro.
Hold on.
Well,
okay.
did you want to say something?
Yeah, because basically I have to explain that now, as you saw there, the mushroom got replaced with a Mario face, meaning I can now start the second quest, which basically, just like Super Mario Brothers, it replaces enemies with harder enemies, but that's all it is. Don't bother. Go ahead, Jova.
Okay. Anywho, overall fun game. Love the music. The controls, while a bit stiff, they're not that too hard to get used to.
Sorry for the delay. My dad needed me again.
And yeah, overall, I enjoy this game and recommend it.
Very well then.
Darkstar?
Darkstar.
Do you have final thoughts about this game?
I love this game.
I guess that's counts.
It's basically a cartoon short.
Yeah, I guess you can see like that.
Alright, everybody. See ya for Super Mario
See you
Land
for
2.
Super Mario Land 2,
6 golden
I guess.
coins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See ya.